welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Laura. This is my dog Poppy, who likes to star in all my videos. I am a personal trainer, nutrition coach, and an amateur bikini competitor. And also, if you're new here, I lost 65 pounds on my own. And that's kind of what propelled me into fitness and what started my fitness journey. So today, as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my best piece of advice for anybody who is just starting out on their weight loss journey, because I have a lot of clients that have a lot of weight to lose, and they ask me this question a lot because they know about my history. And it's always, unfortunately, an answer they don't want to hear. So I will put up pictures of me before and after so you can see the change that I made. And my best piece of advice, I'm not gonna do some long intro here and then make you wait for the answer. I'll just cut right to the chase. My best piece of advice to start losing weight is to kind of go cold turkey. And this is not what people want to hear. People want to hear, be in a caloric deficit, but you can still enjoy your pizza parties and enjoy your holidays and things like that. And unfortunately, I think that you guys know, if you've watched my channel for a long time or whatever, I am a huge proponent of balance. I literally make sure that I have a sweet every day that I fit into my meals for the day, my macros. I love my wine and my popcorn and things like that. So I'm really big on balance. However, when you're starting out, unfortunately, I don't think balance should be the goal. And that's because to do something that you've never done, you have to do something you've never done. I think there's a quote. I don't know the exact verbiage of the quote, but there is a quote that says to accomplish something you've never accomplished, right? You have to do something that you've never done before. So if you have always struggled with your weight and you've never been able to lose the 20 pounds or whatever it may be, sorry, Poppy always decides to play when I am filming, and that's what you're hearing in the background right now. She's playing with her we have a birthday cake stuffed toy that we got her for her birthday. Poppy, come here, bring me the cake. I want the cake. Anyway, if you have always been struggling to lose the 20 pounds, then you're not going to do it by doing the things that you've always done before. Meaning, if you've always put yourself on a really strict diet, but on Friday nights you go out to dinner with your family and you allow yourself to indulge, you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve by doing that again. So the way that I lost the weight was I had found a diet. I don't like to call it a diet, but a reset, if you will, that was, the rules were simply laid out. It was no dairy, no gluten, no sugar or processed foods, no alcohol, and there's something else. Oh, why am I blanking? I think that was it, actually. Yeah, no sugar and processed, those were separate things. So 5 things. So none of those things for 30 days. That's it, just 30. Actually, the original one that I used is 28 days, but I was like, I'll just do it for a month. So, and this is another piece of advice that I recommend. I picked a month where I had virtually nothing going on. I had just gotten back from, I did an internship here in Los Angeles. I wasn't fully like living here at the time. So I was just here for the summer. I enjoyed my summer, had a lot of drinks, a lot of food. And then, you know, I realized, hey, I've put on a lot of weight, more than, you know, where I was at. I was already overweight, but I had like kind of ballooned even more. And I wasn't working out, you know, regularly. Obviously that was a factor as well. So, when I came back from the internship, I was living, in New Jersey with my parents, temporarily before I moved back to New York City. And so there was just that lag period. There was that month, where I wasn't doing anything. I was just in New Jersey, you know, kind of just getting ready for the next chapter, of my life. And so that's when I decided to do this 30-day reset. And, you know, I made sure like I didn't really have a lot of events, but I didn't have any like weddings or, you know, major family parties. Like, yeah, maybe I had like a friend. I think my best friend came down to visit for a weekend, but I told her like ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to be doing this diet. So like, I'm not going to drink. And she was like, yeah, cool, whatever. So yeah. And I'll put my starting picture here. This was the beginning. And then, the end of the month, I lost 5 pounds and I worked out every day. I think I worked out like 5 or 6 days a week, maybe. I don't exactly remember, but I wasn't weight training like the way I am now. I wasn't really lifting weights. I was doing like, Pilates and yoga and like calisthenics, stuff like that. So definitely less intense than the training that I do now, but in conjunction with the diet, I was working out. So, I did that for 30 days, without cheating. And, you know, that was something that was really important to me because I knew that if I was going to be able to like lose any kind of weight, and feel motivated by it, like I was moving in the right direction, I had to see a change. I had to see movement on the scale. I had to see physical changes in my body. And that's not really possible when you are dieting all week and then going off the diet and kind of like not tracking what you're eating, and then, you know, and then the scale kind of shoots back up again. So not that I ever like recommend, you know, using the scale as like the be all end all. I really don't. All of my clients know I say don't pay attention to the scale. But in the beginning, when you are trying to just get like, just buy in, you know, it's just, you're just getting started. Yes, use the scale. And I recommend not cheating because you're not going to know what type of progress you're actually making. So once I had finished the 30 days of this diet, so basically what my diet consisted of, I guess I should go into that as well. At the time, I was still eating animal products. So it was eggs, you know, clean chicken, rice. She just moved my light. Poppy, I'm trying to film. Sweet potatoes, oats, fruits, lots of fruits, vegetables, and yeah, just cooked in, you know, olive oil. I took out most sauces just because most sauces have sugar, but I still used like Tabasco or Frank's, you know, things that don't have sugar added. And I just read labels. I read a lot of labels. That's when I started getting into actually looking at labels, because before that, I would just put anything in my mouth. I didn't like even know how to read a nutrition label. So I wasn't counting my calories at all. I did not even know what a macro was. I didn't know the difference between a carb, a fat, and a protein. Like, genuinely, I was completely ignorant to everything that I know now. I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. I just ate when I was hungry, so I didn't change. Like, I wasn't like, oh, well, I can only have 3 meals a day now. Like, no, none of that. There was no fasting, no, 1 meal a day, no keto. No, it wasn't like any fad diet. It was just eating clean when I eat, not really trying to control my portions. Because you'll notice that when you do something like this, when you take out all of the extra stuff, the added sugars, the preservatives, the things that make you inflamed, like dairy and gluten, those like really inflammatory foods, you can eat, not a lot and feel full, So I wasn't like, oh, I can eat as much chicken and rice as I want. Let me have like 3 plates of it. It's like, no, because after 1 plate, you're full, because you're eating clean, healthy, nutritious, nutrient dense foods. Okay, so after those 30 days, then I decided, okay, now I can start incorporating a cheat meal. Notice I said a cheat meal, not a cheat day. So what did that mean? Well, maybe my family was going out to dinner, so I would join them, have a meal that, maybe wasn't what I would normally eat, that was considered clean, and have a dessert. And then that was it. I wouldn't go home and eat more cookies or more popcorn or whatever. That was it. That for that meal, that time frame, that was my cheat. And this worked really well for me because it gave me, some freedom, but I still had a plan that I was adhering to. And I know this is not easy for a lot of people. Most of my clients struggle because they have a lot of work functions that revolve around food. They have kids that eat junk, and so they also eat what their kids eat. And I can't speak to what it's like to try to lose weight when you have kids because I don't have kids. And I'm sure that it's extremely difficult. I am very sympathetic to that. Empathetic? I don't know the right term, but I feel that. I can appreciate that it is a hard thing to do. However, I think that if you're going to take your weight loss seriously, this is something that just needs to be done. And they say it takes 21 days to form a habit. I think it takes a little bit longer, but I do think that after a month, you will see enough results that it will be affirming to you that, hey, this is working. And it's not terrible. It doesn't absolutely suck because it's not a fad diet or making you like eat like a rabbit, like minimal food. And then it will kind of like make you want to keep going. So yeah, to wrap this all up, to put a bow on it, my main piece of advice is don't strive for balance and take 30 days. Anybody can do anything for 30 days. Like, seriously, you can like walk 10,000 steps a day for 30 days. You can wake up early for 30 days. Like most people, when they make a resolution for the new year, they get to about the 30-day mark and that's when they stop. But that means that you can do something for 30 days. And don't wait for the new year to do that. Well, actually do wait for the new year to do this, because this video is probably coming out right before the holidays. And this is something I do not recommend doing during the holidays. Like I have clients that right now are like, oh yeah, I'm about to start a diet. And I'm like, that's the worst decision you could make. Like that is the last thing you should be doing, because you're gonna be tempted during the holidays. You're gonna wanna go off your diet. And then once you don't see results or the scale goes up, you're gonna feel discouraged and then you're gonna stop. So just enjoy your holidays. Like eat all the food, and then in January or February or whenever you have a month where your calendar is pretty clear, is pretty light, you don't have too many functions, maybe you have one or two, but those are things you can, tell people like, hey, I'm not going to eat at this thing or whatever, or hey, is it okay if I bring my own food? That's something I would do as well. I have no shame in doing that. I will show up to people's houses for parties with Tupperware, and I don't care, because it's my body, it's my health. And if they're good friends or family members, they'll understand. They'll be like, awesome, that's great, good for you, and they might even be inspired by you. I have inspired so many people by doing that. They say like, oh, I should really do that. Like, so don't be afraid to do that. Like, it's not, all you have to say is, oh, I'm on a diet, and is it cool if I heat this up in your microwave? Like, that's it. Like, it's really not that hard. So yeah, pick a month where you don't have like a wedding or a sweet 16. I don't know what people go to, but a month where you can carve out the time to make sure that your proteins are lean, you have clean food, and you're not going to be tempted by anything sugary or anything like that. And work out when you can. I did 5 days a week, but I know most people can only dedicate 2 or 3 days a week. So do full body training 3 days a week. That's literally all you need. And yeah, if you need help, if you want guidance, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram and my website are both down below. I am taking on new clients right now. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck. I have to say that while the first month may be the hardest, it is definitely the most rewarding. Like, yes, I've made progress since then. Obviously, I don't look like I did after my first month of weight loss anymore, but there is nothing that compares to that feeling of like making a decision to do something that's really hard for 1 month and doing it without cheating, knowing that you have integrity in yourself and that you respect and love your body enough to treat it with that integrity and execute the plan, and seeing the results from that. Like, I was so happy. Like, I don't think any like results I've had since then, the happiness I felt has not compared to that first feeling. So yeah, respect yourself, love yourself, and thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.